All right, everybody, what is going on? This is Jim back with another video taking a look at the Xbox wireless headset announced today. It is in direct rival, in price point at least, to the Sony Pulse headphones. So it'll be very interesting to see how these two stack up. There are some differences between the two, and I'm going to go through all of those in today's video. But first, that's right. You know what you're supposed to do. The entire month of February, I am posting this logo because I want you to subscribe to my channel. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this. This is a slightly different solution than what PlayStation was offering. And honestly, I've got to give the nod to Microsoft on this. I think this is a lot better solution. Basically, what they are going to be providing is two ways to connect. One is via Bluetooth, and one is via direct pairing to the console. This means no dongle. This is something that I wasn't particularly thrilled about with the Pulse headphones because you have to plug something in and it takes up a USB slot and it looks ugly. It breaks the aesthetic of the base console. Now, it does allow you to plug into other devices, namely a PC. If you have an adapter like the SteelSeries, for example, which uses USB-C, you could plug that into a Nintendo Switch. But ultimately, I don't know if a lot of people are buying PlayStation headphones or, you know, the Arctis 7Ps to plug into a Switch or their computer. I feel like you've already got another solution for that. And that's what I really like about the Xbox wireless headset is that it's a direct pairing to the console. So no more dongle or anything like that. So let's go and take a look at it. It looks pretty basic. I mean, I can't say honestly that it's the prettiest or the ugliest headphones I've seen. I can tell that they're definitely going to be closed back because of these large pieces of plastic on the side. Looks like you have all your controls kind of on one ear cup, which I think is pretty much standard with today's technology. You got your charger on the other side, and it's got a boom microphone that does fold up when not in use, or you can pull it out as I believe, yeah, it just kind of snaps down as this woman's doing in the picture here. So there are a couple different ways to, you could use it or not. Now, the Pulse headphones, recall, do not have a separate boom microphone. They have two microphones, one in each ear, which is supposed to provide, good sound. I can honestly say in my experience talking with my friends, it doesn't sound bad. The audio is definitely clear, but it sounds subdued, almost like they're underwater, or at least farther away underwater. It definitely has a kind of muffled noise to it where I'm curious with a boom microphone, if you're going to get since you're going to be a little closer to your mouth, you might be able to get a little better audio. I'm not entirely sure. Lastly, let's, where did my picture go? We'll just look at these here. Lastly, the headphone band does look a little cushiony. It does look like it has some pretty decent cups, although I wonder how much they breathe. A lot of times when these companies like to put these overly pleather things, going back to the Pulse headphones, your ears are going to sweat pretty bad very quickly. That's what I really like about the SteelSeries Arctis 7Ps and why I personally recommend them, because they have a fabric material on the ear cup. It's not this pleather. Pleather is soft and comfortable. It does not breathe. It gets hot very, very, very rapidly. Now, in terms of technology, what these headphones provide, the Xbox ones, is they do support spatial sound technologies, which includes Dolby Atmos and their DTS Headphone X. In case you're wondering, I do like the Dolby Atmos application on the Xbox One X. I don't have a Series S or X, but I do use it exclusively on my Xbox One X, and I think it's a great application, and I think it does amplify the sound experience, particularly in Forza. I've noticed a big difference in Forza. I suspect with a lot of these special proprietary technologies, and I wouldn't say Dolby Atmos is a proprietary technology by any stretch, but I feel like the first-party games do a much better job of utilizing that technology than third-party games. It'll remain to be seen what people think about these headphones, but that's my guess, is they're going to sound phenomenal for those first-party Xbox games. So they do here a little bit more details. They do offer this ultra soft ear cup, which you can totally tell by this picture is absolutely pleather. And it has the microphone that tucks out of the way when not in use, which is nice. They're really kind of going on the fact that they have this nice voice isolation experience. A lot of headphones do offer this as well, by the way. We'll have to wait and see how the microphone sounds. Most wireless headphones do definitely skimp back on the microphone, particularly because there's only so much bandwidth available, and they typically kind of cater to the audio clarity. We've seen this in a lot of different headphones. As I mentioned before, the Pulse and the Steel series definitely suffer from this. Even on the high end, like the Odysseys, the Odyssey Penrose that just came out, people are really complaining about the microphone there as well. So I suspect this microphone isn't as great as they say it is. Interestingly enough, it says they do include an auto mute feature. It looks like they will be giving an auto mute ability, which is going to just basically sound like a noise gate. I believe that's what they're going for here, although it just does say auto mute in the actual user interface. I believe it's going to be a noise gate thing that you see in most headphones where, if you're below a certain threshold, the microphone will not pick things up. But you have to be really curious to see if that means people are going to be cut off when they first start talking, and like how responsive is that? I've noticed microphones that are very edgy in the noise gate capability, and I noticed this on PC as well, primarily using TeamSpeak to communicate with my friends. If you get a little too aggressive with your noise gate, the first couple syllables of each word is cut off. Once you're talking and going, it's fine, but it's getting things started. So if you're not talking and then you're yelling out, "He's over there," people might hear "over there" or something like that. We'll have to see how that works out. They're going to include, kind of, since it is based to, native to the console and it pairs without a dongle, your Xbox is going to pick it up immediately. They are including a nice built-in application on your Xbox console, which is going to allow you to, adjust to equalizer settings, bass boost, auto mute sensitivity, mic monitoring levels, which I like. I particularly like that equalizer setting. This is something I am a big proponent of and something I absolutely did not like at all with the PlayStation solution. The fact that equalizer was not included was a major misstep, and one of the reasons, again, why I love my Steel Series Arctis 7Ps so much is I am able to adjust the equalizer setting. And if you are like me, you're probably not satisfied with the flat setting. You're going to want to adjust certain things. Most people tend to adjust their lows to get a little better footsteps, but it's up to you how you actually want to use it. Keep this in mind, though, that this is going to allow you to customize an equalizer, and that is really, really cool. It does say that they're going to include 15 hours of battery life with an internal rechargeable battery, which is a smart move. I think it's funny that their controllers still don't include internal rechargeable batteries. Well, they do, but they're aftermarket. The fact that it's coming built in is a smart idea. I can't honestly imagine they would want you to use batteries, but the fact that they have kind of started to figure out that people like this capability makes you wonder if they're going to rethink their controller designs in the near future. And there you go. It says, anything that has Bluetooth capability will work. That was the other way to communicate with this device. And this is really, really important for a couple of reasons. And they actually say it. Well, they don't really say it per se, but they're kind of teasing it here. As soon as I saw Bluetooth, I was like, oh, cell phone. And what do you have on your cell phone? xCloud. That's right. These are going to be the headphones they want you to buy to get into their ecosystem. If you have an Xbox Series S or X, no problem, they work. Hey, you got a cell phone and you want to play xCloud games? No problem, they work. This is a very smart move by Microsoft, and I'm really glad they've included this. Now, I will be curious to see, and I suspect I already know the answer, if you can actually have multiple audio sources coming through at once, as a lot of people like to do. A lot of people use the Arctis 9Ps, or the 9Xs, Arctis 9Xs. When they do use them as kind of like a 2-in-1, where they're playing music, talking with their friends on the console, and the music is coming from their phone. Or in the case of like Phil, for example, he doesn't have a computer. We all play Modern Warfare on our computer. He plays on his Xbox, so he uses his phone to connect to TeamSpeak. He uses the Bluetooth capability for that, which allows him to chat with us, and then he gets in-game audio from his console. So he's getting two audio sources at once. Be curious to see if this is supported on this. It doesn't indicate that it is, but I'd be curious to see if that was something they're willing to do. If they were, this is a really, really low entry point for that technology, which is actually really cool. So if you're somebody who has a primarily an Xbox console gamer, and you want to be able to, use Discord on your phone, or listen to music on your phone, or take, cell phone calls on your phone. If this works the way that most other Bluetooth headsets do use, that's pretty amazing. That would definitely be something that I think would make this a must-have item. And I believe that's it. They just jump in the specifications here a little bit at the end. Nothing really stands out to me. I guess the fact that it's a little smaller speaker impedance than I had initially thought, and the fact that the speakers is just a little bit smaller doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means it's a little bit tinier, so it's probably not going to have a lot of thumping bass. But I can't honestly imagine that anybody spending $100 on a headphone set is expecting comparable sound to something like my Sennheiser HD 598s or high end studio quality like a set of Marshall headphones or something. So I'm not too worried about that. Just for completion. The buttons are included. That they have a power and a pair button, a mute button, a game and audio chat balance right on the side of the cup, which is nice, and the volume dial. Now, one thing I just noticed as I'm reading this is they put the volume on the right all by itself. That's also a phenomenal move. PlayStation put all their controls on the left cup, and I can't tell you the number of times I've muted myself, changed the game balance, or done something, my monitor, something else, because I was like, wait, where's the volume button again? Because there's like 30 things on the left ear. The fact that this is dedicated all by itself, a very, very smart move. I have to give major credit to Xbox for putting this together, because honestly, this thing actually has some really phenomenal features. So if you're interested, it is available right now. It doesn't ship until March 16th, 2021, and they are promoting to buy it from the Microsoft Store. I will post a link to this website in the description below. I'm sure it's already popping up on other major retailers like Amazon, Best Buy, whatever. But I've worked with Microsoft before on getting things to my house, and they're a phenomenal distributor of stuff. So I think buy from confidence with them and have no issues. On paper, this looks amazing. It definitely gets an endorsement from me. I think it really kind of hits everything. The only criticism I would give, I'm not a big fan of those ear cups. Like I said, those pleather ear cups are not comfortable to wear for long periods of time. But considering the price point and the functionality set included in this headphone, I think it's a home run, and I think Microsoft is gunning hard for your business. And in this case, I think you should give it to them. So with that, I'm closing out this video. Leave some comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.